Do you remember the movie Face Off with Travolta and Nicolas Cage? Today, we will experience a similar scenario, but in a virtual space called ComfyUI. Hello, everyone! I'll show you a workflow that uses development from a team called Aliva Lab. This is an amazing LoRA, which not only replaces faces, but also adapts a new face to match the style of the original image. It also allows you to insert objects into any environment and transfer images to objects. But today, we'll be talking about portraits. Here is my workflow. You can download it on my Patreon page, linked in the description below. Just drag and drop the file into your ComfyUI. If something is highlighted in red, please go to the manager and install any missing nodes. The button for this is Install Missing Custom Nodes. After that, you will also need to update ComfyUI by clicking on Update All. Then, you should completely restart ComfyUI. Now, I'd like to explain the main points for you. The first group of nodes is loading models and images. Here I am using the FLUX Dev Full Model. Here, in the explanatory node, it is indicated where to download the model and in which folder to put it. This information will also be repeated in the video description. You can download the FLUX Dev Fill model from the Civit AI website because the link on the developers page has become inactive. Two standard clip models, the LoRA loader. The main model is the FLUX LoRA ACE PLUS. This model is able to seamlessly integrate a new face with the original image while maintaining the overall style. Go to the developers page, go to the model card to get acquainted with the information on the model. Here we can see that this model is able to replace faces, embed objects in a new environment, and transfer drawings to objects. Go to the Files and Versions menu, open the Portrait folder, and download this model. We put it in the Models LoRA folder. This is an optional LoRA FLUX 1 Turbo, which allows you to accelerate the generation process several times. This is because the number of steps can be set between 8 and 12. In the next section, I will compare the results with and without this feature. Go to the developers page. Go to the model card to read the information about this model. Go to Files and Versions. Next, we need to download this model. It has a standard name that is used by many models. When downloading it, it's a good idea to rename it to avoid confusion. For example, you could use FLUX 1 Turbo 8 Steps or some other descriptive name. It says so here. This is the standard VAE for FLUX. You may have a different name for it. This is where we upload the main image. If you liked this image, you can also download her workflow on my Patreon. It lists all the LoRAs responsible for this style, as well as where they can be downloaded from, and the final upscaling, which gives a good result. So, back to creating the mask. Right-click to open in the mask editor, adjusting the brush size, and we draw a mask. The beard is part of the new look, so I paint over the areas more. Where I drew the girl, I only highlight the face, slightly beyond the hairline. Click Save, and we will have an image with a mask. We load the face into this node. The image should be of good quality. If the details of the face are not clear, then the face will be blurred in the final image. This node group is responsible for working with both the image and the mask. This node will reduce the image size if the original image is too large. For example, this image has a fairly high resolution. I will now add a node that will show its size. It is not recommended to start generating with these parameters, as this may lead to artifacts. The process may take too long, and not all computers can handle it. The image needs to be reduced to the standard size for FLUX. This node does just that. You can set your size based on the power of your computer, but the best result is obtained at 1400 or 1500. If the image is not square but rectangular, then this will be the size of the larger side. Now I'm going to add a node showing the size again. All nodes in this group work with the sizes of both images, with the mask, blurring the mask, and combine them. The images and the mask are shown here. Positive prompt. The developers recommend writing the phrase, "Maintain the facial features," at the beginning. Next comes the text describing the picture, but even if it doesn't exist, it will still work. The FLUX guidance node. A fairly large value is set here, from 35 to 50. The in-paint model conditioning node receives positive prompt through FLUX guidance, and a negative prompt from the 0 node of the negative prompt. VAE and a combined image with a mask also come here. All of this goes into the K-sampler. Here I use the extended K-sampler. Here, in addition to the standard connectors, there are also connectors, script and seed. Here, we will use the XY plot script to immediately see multiple generation options for maximum clarity and comparison. I have options here with different seeds. Here, both individual images and paired with the original portrait are displayed in order to assess the similarity. We are configuring the script in this node group. Here, we select the sampler schedule to determine which combination will produce the best results. When the value is increased, it is suggested to select more combinations for comparison. Here we specify how many seeds the variance will be generated on. If the value is 1, then there will be 2 pictures, since we have selected 2 compositions of the pair. Sampler scheduler. If we set the value to 2, then there will already be 4 pictures. I will set the value to 1 and choose the combination of D's beta, as I liked this result better. And let the number of seeds be 10. This is the node of the XY plot script. It receives the input data of the requested parameters. The sampler displays thumbnails of images with captions. The seed is connected from an external node. We do not pay attention to the seed, which is listed in K-sampler itself, as well as to the fact that it is random. Our data comes from an external node. Also, do not pay attention to the sampler scheduler. They are also taken from the outside. Next, VAE decode an image output in 2 versions. The images of different seeds vary, but there is always the most successful and most similar. I like the third image the most. Features, expression, and composition. Now, let's return to LoRA Turbo 8 steps. This allows you to create rough versions of images much faster than with a full-fledged generation. The results may be a bit rough, but it gives you the opportunity to choose a successful composition and then run this process at maximum settings. I write the value in 8 to 12 steps, and I activate this LoRA. Here is the result. And now, with the same seed, I will increase the number of steps and disable LoRA. The characters turned out to be very similar, but the one with the highest settings was drawn more carefully. You have the option to choose between using accelerated LoRA or not. Just please don't forget to turn it on after 8 steps and turn it off if you do not want to use the turbo mode. In that case, the standard number of steps for FLUX is set. From 20, I use 35 and 40 steps. You can download this workflow from my Patreon page. And here's the generation with the astronaut girl. The facial features are rendered with great accuracy. Especially in this image. If you enjoyed this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider liking and subscribing to my channel.